Do we have to watch this?
It's tradition.
In some cultures, so is castration, but that doesn't mean we've got to do it every year.
If you keep on moaning, maybe we'll start.
This is pathetic.
Rimmer, it's Christmas Day. Can't you just be happy for one day a year?
It's this film. I've seen it 100 times. It's not even in colour.
It's a Wonderful Life is the greatest Christmas film ever made.
It's a pile of sentimental, indulgent rubbish.
Doesn't it fill you with hope? Doesn't it warm your heart?
The only thing warming my heart at the moment is Crichton's cranberry sauce substitute. What was in that stuff?
Pork jelly and aniseed oil.
Absolutely revolting.
So you don't want a butty then?
He's losing his grip on reality. How can you put these things in your mouth? I mean, what's that you're drinking? Eggnog?
Nah, run out of that years ago. Crichton did his best though.
So what is it?
Lardnog. He really makes an effort, you know. Christmas doesn't mean anything to him, but he still tries to make it special for us. It's pretty touching.
George is a good guy. Give him a break.
I hate Christmas.
Oh, here we go. Bah humbug.
Yes, bar humbug. Exactly. You're forced to give gifts to people you don't even like. And you have to socialise with people you only see once a year and sit and watch gormless films like It's a Wonderful Life. The levels of gluttony are unbelievable too. I mean, what other time of the year would you sit down and eat an entire turkey dinner, followed by sweets and chocolates and sandwiches and snacks and pints of eggnog at a time? It's unbelievable.
Right, fine. We won't talk about it. Just watch the film.
Tonight's his crucial night, you're right. We'll have to send someone down immediately. Whose turn is it?
That's why I came to see you, sir.
Did you open your present?
Yeah, Rastabilly Skank CD.
The best of Rastabilly Skank CD.
Right.
Him up right along.
Did you like it?
Of course I like it, Rimmer. That's why I bought it in the first place. You borrowed it off me the first week we were aboard, remember? I haven't seen it since.
Oh, well, I'll have you know a lot of thought went into that gift, Listy. More than yours, anyway.
What was wrong with mine?
4 cans of lager I can't drink, and a green cravat.
A silk green cravat.
Well, I'm sure it will make a rather fetching accessory when we make it back to Earth and I fulfill my life's ambition of getting married to Orville the Duck. Until then, I'll just have to keep it safely locked away in my drawer of useless crap.
Well, I'm sorry, okay. It's hard to know what to get somebody you don't really know or like when you're stuck in deep space.
I mean, might I perhaps win my wings?
Do we have to have that thing here?
What?
His eyes are following me around the room every time I move.
He's offline.
It's making me very uncomfortable. What is that stuff he's floating in?
I think it's WD-40. Leave him alone. He spent hours cooking that big dinner for us earlier. He deserves a rest. Christmas isn't just for humans, you know. That's his way of unwinding.
Dear, what's all this nattering? I'm trying to get some sleep here.
Hey ho.
Alright, dude. What are you watching? Gordon, Bennett, not this again. That tape must be more worn than Rip Van Winkle's pyjamas.
It's tradition. I used to watch this film with my grandmother every year on Christmas night. We used to sit in front of the fire underneath the Christmas tree and watch this film every year. It's one of my earliest memories. And when it finished, I used to get this warm, cosy feeling inside, all fuzzy. And she'd take me up to bed, tuck me in, and she'd smile and say, "Merry Christmas, David." She was the only person who used to call me David. Everybody else used to call me Dave, or Fat Boy, but not Grandma. Merry Christmas, David. And everything used to feel just right, you know. I remember thinking if I could stop time and live in just one moment for the rest of my life, that's the moment I'd live in, where I was truly happy.
I had one of those moments one Christmas night. My family all went back to visit relatives on Io, and I had the whole place to myself for the first time ever. A girl in my history class, Melissa Premier, her name was, lovely girl. She had a little snub nose and these cute little bags under her eyes that I found really adorable. Anyway, she'd been paying me attention for weeks, and when I told her I was spending Christmas alone, she offered to come and spend the evening with me. I couldn't believe it. I had it all lined up. Nicely chilled bottle of Beaujolais, 25 pigs in a blanket, and my brand new magnetic Scrabble set. The scene was set for a marvellous evening of entertainment.
Yeah, sounds like it. What woman could resist?
She shows up at my door half an hour late, with her blonde glamour model best friend. A pair of them wearing nothing but see-through negligees under their fur coats.
You what? Get out of town, you jammy git.
They said they'd come for their Christmas gift. I was their naughty little Santa and they'd come to empty my sack.
Smecking hell, a Christmas threesome. Was it good?
I don't know. I fainted before they even came through the door. It turned out that my brother Frank had put them up to it, filmed the whole thing and sent it into a late-night blooper show on Channel 27 for $250. My life was a misery that year. I had to change schools. But at least I can say in all honesty that I was once offered a threesome. You do that?
I can go one better.
You don't mean... What? Surely not. 3 women?
Oh yeah.
3? But that's impractical. I mean, what would be the point? Polly!
Help you down.
What? Do you know that Lister's had sex with 3 women at the same time?
Yeah, I had a foursome.
Yeah, you probably needed to. How did you find 3 women to sleep with you?
You know, it were nothing really, just an old girlfriend and a couple of her mates. Got a bit rowdy one night after a few snake bites, and hey presto, she was a bit of an animal actually. She had a great enthusiasm for sex, you know. It was really infectious.
The sex?
The enthusiasm.
I've always had great enthusiasm for sex, and it only grew the longer I went without it.
You've had your share. You're not the virginal no-hoper you make yourself out to be, man. I've seen you, remember? Our first Christmas on board, before the accident, Planet Leave, the Blue Panther bar.
Oh, God, the Blue Panther bar. I blame you for that entirely.
Me? What did I do?
You gave her your endorsement. You convinced me to go up to her in the first place.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You said you'd been watching her dancing and she looked really fit.
No, I said I'd been watching her dancing and she looked like she was having a fit.
I specifically remember you saying she was pretty and attractive.
Pretty unattractive, I said.
Well, it was really loud in there, and Peterson had been putting home-brewed absinthe in my drink all night. How can I be held responsible?
You took her back to your hotel room though, didn't you?
That was the worst night of my entire life. Have you ever known a woman to cry in moments of passion?
Well, I suppose. Some women do get quite emotional during sex.
During? She cried before we'd even started. I just gave up in the end and went to sleep. When I woke up, she was gone, and she'd stolen my shoes. What was she even going to do with them?
Look, do you mind, Rimmer? All this talk about sex on Christmas Day, it just isn't appropriate.
I was going to say that was my worst Christmas day ever, but I can think we may have a new contender.
Oh, would you shut up? My worst Christmas day I ever spent was in the cell at HMP Liverpool.
You spent Christmas in prison. What did you do?
I was arrested for doing my Christmas shopping too early.
What? That's ridiculous. How early are we talking?
Before the shop opened.
Ah.
I've not great luck when it comes to Christmases really. And I spent Christmas the following year in hospital. When me and my mates were teenagers, there was this medical research headquarters on the outskirts of town. One winter we just started going down there in the nights. It was just a place to hang around, you know, just kept us out of trouble. Well, one night me and my mate Pete Tranter decided to break in and have a look around, see if there was anything worth nicking.
Gas please, Lister. The juvenile delinquent. Probably set that research back years, didn't you?
I was only 15. We climbed in through the glass roof panel. My hand slipped on the ice and I broke my ankle falling on the floor. I was in so much pain. Pete just laughed at me. I could barely see, I was in that much agony. Through my tears I could just make out Pete messing around with these test tubes and potions. All this yellow stuff bubbling and hissing. I was terrified, man. I thought we're gonna get caught. I thought I'm gonna end up back in jail. I begged him to help me up just to get me out of there. I begged him, I was crying, please just help me up. Then I thought he took pity on me and he came over, lifted me up, sat me on the chair and stabbed me in the neck with this great big syringe full of this potion he'd mixed together. He just thought it would be funny, you know. He didn't really mean any harm. I woke up in a Liverpool University hospital 4 days later. I'd been in a coma. They said my heart had stopped 20 times. He'd injected me with 70 mils of untested limb regeneration booster. They kept me in for observation for over a month. Do you see this scar on my hand? There used to be a thumb there.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'm serious, man. I grew an extra thumb on my hand, I swear down. I had to have corrective surgery a year later. Things just started popping out of me. By the time I was released, I had 4 big toes, 3 thumbs and 2 appendixes.
A gripping story, Lister. Gripping in that it makes me want to grip you around the throat before you finish it. And on that note, I'm going to bed.
My kid brother, Harry Bailey. I
Hall? Hall? You switched the movie off, man.
All right, Dave.
Hall? Play that song for me. You know, my song.
It'll be lonely this Christmas without you to hold. It'll be lonely this Christmas, lonely and cold. It'll be cold, so cold, without you to hold this Christmas.
That's enough, Hall. Merry Christmas, David.
Every bloody year.